So, again, picking up where I left off in regards to using interns for the media promotion and advertisement teams. Here, I'm just reiterating the people who we paid on commission, their booth rent, and again, that 12% return back into the company. Moving right along is the table. Here, it shows what it looks like monthly as far as salaries for employees to 6 months to a year, and then on to 2 years. As you can see, the year mark, these numbers are almost at what we discussed above with the salaries. So this is under the assumption that, this is the first year in our business. Although we're hitting, good sales, we're not fully operating the way we should. But by year two, I project it to be very successful. So everyone, is then getting those salaries we discussed above. So the next few pages again are breaking everyone down, all of our employees, management staff, all the way down to the cleaning staff. And here I have the subtotals for the year and our grand totals down here per 6 months, a year, 2 years. And that is the table. Next, I have my recruitment and selection requirements. I decided to do this for the executives and the managerial staff only. Here we'll discuss the job description, our educational requirements and experience, if license are required, resume qualifications, and the background check or drug screening, starting with my investment directors 1 and 2. Their key responsibility will be to provide the capital for the company and have working knowledge of investment and financial information and products. These persons should have an educational background in finance and marketing, and they will supervise the CFO. They'll also have voting rights, educational experience. The ideal candidate must have a bachelor's degree from an accredited institution, master's degree preferred but not required, and must have at least 10 years of experience in the finance and marketing departments, and have owned at least one hair salon or barbershop. They must have experience with managing investments over $3 million, at least $3 million dollars worth of shares or more. License, I want them to have at least their cosmetology license, barber license, or nail technician license preferred, but not required. Business license are required. For resume qualifications, I want the resumes to include cover page. I decided to add the cover page for all my employees because in the past for myself, I've been told by companies, my cover page is what really, really made them interested in who I am, and that's what brought me in for interviews and essentially got jobs. So I feel like a cover page will give a good idea of what type of individual we'll be working with or plan to work with. Objective statements, I want job history, at least 3 professional references and 2 personal references, and must have volunteered at least once in the past year. You'll see this for all employees, the volunteered part. Again, our main goal is to give the best customer experience as possible. And I feel like volunteering kind of shows you what type of person you're dealing with. So I will make it mandatory for the company to volunteer at least once or twice together a year. So that'll also give us a little practice on our customer service skills as well, along with reaching out to the community and doing just something good, and getting our name out there as a company. So you'll see the volunteer part for everyone. Moving right along, we have the CEO. This is just going over that job description again, which as we discussed previously a few times. Having a bachelor's degree is mostly required for everyone on the executive board and managerial staff, and having at least 10 years of experience in the management and cosmetology fields. Owning one salon or more in the past is preferred but not required. License. You could have your cosmetology license, barber or nail technician's license, and this is required for the CEO, and business license as well. Resume qualifications, the same as above, and the CEO must have volunteered at least 3 times in the past year, which is more than once. I feel like the CEO needs to set the tone for everyone in the company. So if I'm going to make it mandatory that we volunteer, me being the CEO, I want to be the servant leader. I want people to look at me and see that this is what I'm also doing, so they don't feel like it's just something I'm telling them to do. I want to work with my employees. So I set the bar high for myself, and I have to volunteer at least 3 times in the year. Again, background checks and drug screening is required for everyone. Next, we have the CFO. This person oversees all the financial affairs. The same thing here for the educational requirements as well as license. They don't need to have cosmetology license or barber license or nail technician license. Just business license is required. The resume qualifications are the same. They must have volunteered at least once. The background and drug screening is required. COO, to oversee all the daily operational affairs within the company. Educational and experience is the same with the 10 years of experience. Again, business license are required. Resume qualifications are the same for everyone, and they must have volunteered at least once in the past year. The drug screening and the background check is required. Accountant and the bookkeeper, they will prepare and analyze all assets, liabilities, and capital accounts for the company. This ideal candidate must have an accountant degree, specifically from a 4-year institution. Master's is not required, but it'll be a plus if they did have one. And they should have at least 5 experience in the accounting bookkeeping field. CPA license are required. Same thing for everyone with the resume qualifications. They must have volunteered at least once. The background and drug screening is required. Moving right along, the marketing manager job description manages all marketing activity within the company and develops marketing strategies. With this, I want the candidate to have a business management degree with a concentration in marketing preferred, but not required, since they do give you those marketing tools within a business management degree. Master's would be great, but you don't have to have one, with at least 5 years of experience in marketing for the hair and beauty industry specifically. License not required for that. Resume qualifications the same. Also with volunteering once in a year. Drug screening and background check is required. The HR manager and HR assistants 1 and 2. They'll recruit, screen, and interview and place employees with educational requirements, having a business management degree with a concentration in HR management preferred but not required. The same thing for the masters, have at least 5 years of experience in human resource management. And I also added a qualification here for them, which is they must be a part or willing to join the SHRM, Society of Human Resource Management. Great tools here for anyone in HR. So I thought that would be great for our HR people to be a part of. License, they should just have maybe an HR certificate, 1 or more. Resume qualifications are the same, as well as a background check and drug screening being required. General management, this person will be the general manager over the beauty salon, barbershop, and nail salon managers. The ideal candidate must have a business management degree. The master's is not required, but a plus, and must have 5 years of experience in managing for hair and beauty industry. Specifically, a license, they must have cosmetology, barber, or nail technician's license. Resume qualifications are the same. Also the same for background check and drug screening. Sales manager, the individual will oversee all the daily operations within the company's warehouse. They must have a business management degree. Master's not required. Must have at least 5 years of experience in sales management. No license are required. Resume qualifications, the exact same for everyone, and the drug screening is required. And lastly, my exit strategy. Here's where I got excited, I must admit. And I'll go ahead and just get right into it, and then I'll explain how I would change things after. So as a CEO, I'm going to be very active within the company until I see like the overall growth is really consistent and sales are always increasing. once I feel like we get to the point where the business strategies and the goals of company are being successfully executed, I would like a merge to take place with a few other businesses, because again, I was remembering the idea of having that one-stop shop. So when I thought about, for people who work long hours and they want to come get a haircut or getting their hair done, why not have a nice cocktail while getting those services, or having a bite to eat? Because some people get off work and they haven't eaten all day since lunch, and that's around 12 or 1 o'clock. It's now after 5. We're hungry again. So I wanted to provide a place to eat. Seeing that my family has a family restaurant right now in Charlotte, North Carolina, I would think, hey, we can incorporate that within the business so people can have something to eat while they relax. I also wanted to add a boutique, so there you can get, nice clothes or shoes, and also have a big merger with a well-known company like MAC, as far as cosmetics for women and men, and just have all those things in one place. So if there's anywhere you want it to go special, you could come there and literally get your outfit, your hair done, your makeup, your shoes, eat good, and then go out and have fun. So it's literally your one-stop shop. But as far as exit strategy, as you can see down here at the bottom, I then kind of ended it off with saying, hey, I would franchise it. And exit like that. So again, a lot of excitement here, still thinking on it, but as of right now, I'm going to stick with the franchise. So that will conclude this management team and personnel plan, and I hope you guys enjoyed everything that Mars Effects Salon and Spa will have to offer. Thank you.